Okay, good evening, folks, and welcome to our second council meeting of the 13th elected council. So just to note, we have opened the council chamber to delegations, limited at this point from COVID perspective to 5 folks, and unfortunately tonight we don't have anybody from the public to be is present with us. So therefore I assume, Town Manager, we don't have any delegations. Okay, fine. So you have the minutes presented. We'll do one at a time. The minutes are in front of you, in turn the 99th minutes from the previous council. Oh yes, and I apologize. So I've skipped number 1. So can I get a motion, the agenda's in front of you, can I get a motion to adopt the agenda or amend it if we need to?
I'll do motion.
Okay, motion is made by Councillor Duffett.
I'll second.
Seconded by Councillor Brumfield. We accept the agenda as presented. All those in favour?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Okay, we've adopted our agenda. Thank you, Mrs. Eddy. All right, so delegations has already been dealt with. You do have the minutes in front of you from the 99th minutes from the previous council, the 12th council. So I would ask someone to make a motion that we adopt those as presented.
I'll make a motion to adopt
Okay,
those.
we have 2 fighting for it, so I'll go with Councillor Bennett made the motion and seconded by Councillor Duffett. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favour?
Aye.
Give it aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Okay, so we've adopted those. We also have the minutes from our first council meeting held on October the 4th, and I'll ask for someone to motion those minutes. Do we accept those?
A motion to adopt the minutes of the first meeting on October the 4th.
Thank you. The motion made by Councillor Brumfield, seconded by Deputy Mayor Wallace. Any discussion? It was a quick meeting, so should be not a lot of discussion. All those in favour?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Okay, we've adopted those. Correspondence. So correspondence-wise, do you present normally, or do you, how do we?
It's as per your package.
Okay, so the correspondence we have is in the packages. If there's something anyone would like to highlight, do we want to, do we detail them down through, or do we just, how do we?
You can list it if you'd like.
Okay, all right. So what I'm looking at is just the, so I'm looking at the reports. Is there a, okay.
Page 18.
Yeah. All right, so incoming correspondence for October, we have 4 letters. One is dated the 24th of September from municipalities Newfoundland and Labrador, and it's regarding notice of the annual general meeting to be held in Corner Brook next week, I believe, over the November 6th weekend. Second piece, October the 4th, is a letter from the Chamber of Commerce, and it was a congratulatory letter and an update to the council. October 5th was a municipal assessment agency, and it was a report to stakeholders. And October 14th was an invitation from Bethel Pentecostal Tabernacle for council. Outgoing correspondence on October 7th from Kim McPherson, Department of Municipal and Provincial Affairs, and it was municipal budget training. Anybody have any issues or concerns, or no? All right, so that's it. And as this, of course, we've been only, I guess, 3 weeks into our tenure as the 13th council. Committees were formed within the last couple of weeks, and some committees have had the opportunity to get together to set their terms of reference, and others are still working towards that. So we look forward to next month for the full committee process to kick in. But I will go down through the committees and offer the opportunity for the chairs to bring anything and bring the committee reports to council. So we'll start with community planning and development with Deputy Mayor Wallace.
Thank you, Worship, councillors, staff, and the residents of Happy Valley-Goose Bay. On the record, I'd like to thank you all for your joint efforts and support and your willingness to collaborate on all things as we work appropriately, effectively to maintain and improve our municipality and local governance. The Community Planning and Development Committee has been formed and are in the process of finalizing our terms of reference. The Community Planning and Development Committee members are Councillor Hayward Broomfield, Councillor Pam Duffett, and myself. The 13th Council met with Dr. Habib regarding a transit study and his team from Dalhousie University to discuss the findings of the transit study facilitated for the town of Happy Valley Goose Bay. Please log in on a Zoom meeting scheduled for this Thursday, October 28th, from 5 o'clock to 6:30. Dr. Habib will discuss his findings and elaborate on the results and their recommendations for transit viability in the town of Happy Valley Goose Bay. To register and receive the Zoom link, please email Brenna Gerard, Director of Community Development and Research, at cd@townhvgb.com. The committee's first meeting is scheduled for November 10th at 4:30 p.m.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Wallace. I look forward to the Thursday evening session. The first session we had, just to describe the project, was good, so we're looking forward to the information. And will that be the final summary of the report? Yes. Okay, so that will be the final summary of the report work, and then I guess it will be decision-making. Thank you. Moving on to Community Services and Recreation. Councillor Winters.
Thank you, Mayor. Community Services Recreation Committee report. The Community Services and Recreation Committee was established on October 18th, 2021. Councillor Todd Winters was appointed chair. Deputy Mayor Ella Wallace and Pam Duffett are the two other Community Service Recreation Committee members, along with the Director of Community Service and Recreation. The first official meeting, of the appointed committee is scheduled for November 8th. A report has been submitted that will be provided to the town. As is FERC Act, the CSR committee is recommending to council that there will be a public information session to be hosted by the town at an appropriate location for McLean Crescent Parent Committee. That'll be it.
Okay. So the recommendation is the McLean Street Public
Yep.
Consultation process? Okay. And we'll vote, second or vote on that from a council perspective?
Sorry, I didn't hear the
So
recommendation.
the recommendation is that the town conduct a public information session with the residents around McLean Street Playground proposal? So we'll second it and vote, is that normal procedure? Yeah, okay. So it's been moved by the Recreation Commission, Community Services and Recreation by Councillor Winters that the recommendation be that we conduct a public information session with the neighborhood, I guess, down around the McLean Street area, subject being the McLean Street Playground proposal. So moved by Councillor Winters, seconded by...
Should I leave for this?
Second.
Okay. We do have a point of order here. The point of order being Councillor Bennett is declaring a
Should I
conflict.
leave while we're talking about this? I live in the neighbourhood.
Then yes,
So,
I think
council, yeah.
you should leave and then this, so declare your conflict
Yes.
or possible
Yeah.
conflict,
Yes, yeah.
and then leave and then council will vote.
Okay, I didn't realise
So-
what was going on down there.
So there has been a point of order brought forward, and Councillor,
Yeah.
would you like, Councillor Bennett, you want to,
I do
declare
live
your
in the
conflict?
neighbourhood,
just, okay,
and I should leave.
okay. So we'll ask you to leave for now, and we'll come get you in a minute.
You explain.
So, I guess just an explanation to council what's happened. So, the issue directly deals with the neighborhood that Councillor Bennett lives in, and he's declared a conflict, in which case he has a personal interest in the issue. So he has left the council. It's up to council's decision now as to whether or not Councillor Bennett is in a conflict, and then he'll be advised accordingly. He'll either remain outside if it's deemed that he is in conflict, or if not, he'll come back in.
Okay.
So council's feel?
Yeah, where he lives in the area, and this is basically where he lives, and the proposed development is in his area, there is a definite conflict.
Okay. Does anybody have a contrary-minded position?
Would you like me to read out the conflict of interest section of the Act?
Absolutely, that would be good.
Okay, section 207 of the Municipalities Act 1999 refers to conflict of interest. Section 1, a councillor shall not vote on or speak to a matter before the council or a committee of the council where A, the councillor has a monetary interest in the matter distinct from an interest arising from his or her functions as a councillor. The councillor has a monetary interest directly or indirectly in the matter. C, a relative of the counselor has a monetary interest in the matter, or D, the counselor is an officer, employee, or agent of an incorporated or unincorporated company or other association of persons that has a monetary interest in the matter. And then it defines the relatives.
Okay. Anybody need any further clarification?
No, but all I heard was monetary, and I don't think it is monetary in this case.
As
Well,
per
like-
property value?
His property would.
Okay, so there is a concern about the property value. So in this procedure, there's no nominator or seconder, it's just vote of council?
It vote of council to determine
Right.
whether or not you feel that he's in
Okay,
conflict.
thank you. So any other further discussion, any contrary-minded or anybody wish to? All right, so I would ask for a signal of hands from a perspective of if you feel that there is a conflict, that you indicate by aye. Aye. Okay, so we will deem Councillor Bennett in this particular issue to be in a conflict. He can stay outside until we actually go. Okay, so the recommendation will go back to the recommendation made by the Community Services and Recreation to conduct a public information session with the neighborhood concerning the proposed McLean Street playground. So it's been moved. I need a seconder. Seconded by Councillor Duffett. Any further discussion? None heard? All those in favor of the recommendation, please signify by aye. Contrary-minded? Okay, so we'll have staff, if you could work with the committee to work towards that being put in place, please.
Okay, we're
All right,
just-
so I think we can, we can return,
Yeah.
we can, yeah, we can return, Councillor. So there should be no further discussion in terms of that
Mhm.
issue.
You just let him know that he was
yeah.
determined that he was.
So Councillor Bennett, thanks for indicating your concern and your conflict, and council has decided that you would be in conflict in that particular issue,
Perfect.
and you'll be, removed from discussions and that further.
Perfect.
So thank you, sir. And that's it from
Yep.
your perspective? Okay, thank you. Finance Amendment Policy, Councillor Brumfield, please.
Okay. Good evening, all. This is our first meeting, official meeting of the Financial Administration Committee. I've been appointed to the chair. Councillors Darrell Bennett and Councillor Denise Rummuth have also been appointed other councillors on this committee. We had our first meeting yesterday, October 25th, and the council packet, or the report is in the council package for October. There was a few items discussed. For the most part, where this is a new committee, we are basically right now just implementing other people's, or the previous council's recommendations. So they did have a few items here. Okay. For the most part, we have items here for, no, that's the wrong one, sorry.
And we're working through technology too, so.
Okay, yes, we had a letter of support for the Community Housing Transformation Center Committee. We had a donation request for, not a donation request, a nutrition break to support the professional municipal administrators holding a meeting here, November the 18th and 19th for $250. We have a tax exemption request from the Loud Creative Arts Festival, a youth travel pad application for T. Dyson, a youth travel application for A. Hanrahan, and a youth travel application for A. Porter. And there's recommendations dealing with these, and that's really it for this committee where it's a short meeting. So I submit this as our Finance Administration report for the month of October 2021. And there are recommendations here. Shall I read them first?
Sure, please.
Would you like to get a seconder for your report first?
What?
Would you like to get a seconder for your report first?
Oh,
And then you can do recommendations in the
yeah.
Okay,
I'll second.
seconded
Okay,
by
recommendation on here, was it?
Councillor Rumbold. good to go into discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Well,
Okay, sorry, you had something?
Just looking for the recommendations.
I'm
Page
good.
4.
Okay, we have 3 recommendations, if I'm correct on this one. One is the council recommends, the Finance Administration Committee recommends that council support and approve a donation request to Mackenzie Penny in the amount of $300.
No, go to page 4.
Yeah, so that's page 4.
Geez, I remember that.
I think you're looking at the minutes from last
Can you
time.
open your tabs on here? It's easier.
Yeah, I think you're into,
Down here. Sorry about that.
Here you are. So you're starting right there.
No
opposed to
problem.
the next
we're
one.
all learning.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so. Yes, okay, the FA Finance and Administration Policy Committee recommends council, as per policy F0029, approve a cash contribution to Ty Dyson in the amount of $250 towards the travel-related costs to attend the 2021 Eastern Canadian Powerlifting Championship being held in North Sydney. Do I have to do these, like, vote on each one separately?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So moved by Councillor Brumfield, seconded by Councillor Rumbold, that we offer the application, or we grant the application donation grant or sponsorship to T. Dyson?
T. Dyson
Ty.
first.
Yep. Okay, so it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded?
Okay.
That motion's passed.
Next one is the same thing, a youth travel application from A.B. Hanrahan. The FAP committee recommends council, as per policy F0029, approve a cash contribution to A.B. Hanrahan in the amount of $250 towards travel-related costs to attend the 2021 Eastern Canadian Powerlifting Championships being held in Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Okay, so moved by Councillor Brumfield, seconder, Councillor Bennett, that we approve the same sort of process for Abby Hanrahan to attend the Eastern Canadian Powerlifting Championships. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate with aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion is passed. Just a quick point. Are we not able to put these 4 or 3 together as one motion?
They would be separate because it's 3 different people.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and then the final one is an application, same thing, a youth travel application from Aaron Porter. The FAP committee recommends council, as per policy F0029, approve a cash contribution to Aaron Porter in the amount of $250 towards travel-related costs to attend the 2021 Eastern Canadian Powerlifting Championships being held in Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Thank you, Councillor Brumfield. It's been moved by Councillor Brumfield. Will he extend the same approval to another application from Aaron Porter, seconder, by Deputy Mayor Wallace. Discussion?
Yeah, right here. Are these 3 young people, I believe they're being trained through Gears Gaines?
They are.
Is
Yes.
that correct?
Yeah.
Good.
They had to qualify to get to that.
Oh, they did?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, good.
So,
Good on them.
moved by Councillor Brumfield, seconded by Deputy Mayor Wallace. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate with aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Okay, motion's passed.
And then that is it for all the recommendations from the FAP committee. But I was also asked,
Excuse me, there's another one, there isn't
I did that one.
there? Yeah, there's the Salvation Army Church, I think is one.
Okay. Yeah, there is another one. Letter of support to the Community Housing Transformation Center. The FAP committee recommends council support the attached letter to the Labrador Friendship Center in support of their application for funding from the Community Housing Transformation Center to hire a consultant to develop a strategic plan to address the housing gaps in Happy Valley-Goose Bay.
Okay, so it's recommended that we submit that letter. Seconded. Councillor Bennett. Any discussion? discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded?
Okay, now the final one, no, we already did that one, the PMA request.
There's two more.
Oh, tax exemption, okay. The FAP committee recommends council approve the request for business tax exemption for power ID 079-070-10006 for the tax year 2021 in the amount of $300.
Okay, moved by Councillor Brumfield, seconder. Councillor Bennett, any discussion? Just a point, this is something we do regular course, right? This is a regular thing from a nonprofit?
We do sometimes have a exemption request
Yeah.
from nonprofit organizations to relieve them of business tax.
Yeah.
And it's a decision of council, as
Okay.
under the act, we must charge them.
Right, okay, thank you. So it's moved by Councillor Brumfield, seconded by Councillor Bennett. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate with aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Okay, we've passed.
Okay, our final one, I didn't do it. The FAP committee recommends council sponsor a nutrition break at the Professional Municipal Administrators event being held in Happy Valley-Goose Bay on November the 18th, 19th, 2021 to the maximum of $250.
Moved by Councillor Brumfield, seconded by Councillor Rumble, that we sponsor a nutritional break for $250 to the PMA. And PMA is the Professional Management Association?
Municipal Administrators.
Municipal Administrators Association, okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Contrary minded? Okay.
Okay, I was asked to mention one other item before I move on, and this is the last item. I'd just like to read out state for the record that before our council meeting today, we all met in the boardroom in the back to discuss our disclosure statements, and everybody disclosed their interests they have in businesses or property within the town of Happy Valley-Goose Bay.
And that's required by legislation,
Yeah.
so, yeah. And that not only includes the councillors, it also includes the deputy heads, so that was done. That it for you, sir?
I didn't hear that.
Are you good?
Yeah.
That's done? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else further for Finance and Policy Committee? All right, we'll move into Municipal Services, and Councillor Bennett?
Municipal Services Committee consists of Councillor Denise Rummel, Councillor Todd Winters, and myself as chair. The first official Municipal Services Committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, November the 9th at 4:30 p.m., at which time we hope to have our terms of reference completed. The Municipal Services Committee will encompass the Water and Sewer Department, Roads and Grounds, as well as the Engineering Department. Our committee looks forward to dealing with any issues that may arise in these departments and to continuing to move forward with projects and infrastructure improvements. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Bennett. Moving along in the agenda now, Protective Services Committee, and the chair, Councillor Duffett.
Protective Services Committee, we're hosting our first meeting on November 8th at 12 p.m. I myself, Pamela Duffett, I'm the chair of that, and it consists of Hayward Brumfield and Todd Winters. And we have no recommendations for this month.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Duffett. So that's the committee structure for council going forward. Look forward to the normal, getting more into the normal work of committees, and next month's meetings. Next month's meeting, I guess we'll see more details on that in the committee reports. Next item on the agenda is approval of checks. So I'm going to move to the chair of Finance
Okay.
Committee, Councillor Brumfield.
As chair of the Finance Committee, I submit that we approve the checks totaling about $1,398,183.34 for the month of October 2021.
Okay, it's moved by Councillor Brumfield. We approve checks in the order of $1,398,183.34. Seconded by Councillor Rumbold. Any discussion? while you ponder that, the checklist is available as part of the council minutes. Is that correct? Yeah, so it will be available online. What I'd suggest is if anybody has a question, then by all means, see the town manager, and I'm sure she can provide you with additional information. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor, approve the checks. Moved by, and contrary-minded. And we paid, the checks are done. All right, so now we move into councillors' forum. In the past, I know we've gone around in a particular order, but I'm just gonna start at one end and we'll change it around each meeting. Councillor Bennett,
Sure.
councillors' forum.
Forum,
Anything
okay.
you bring before the,
Well, I'm just happy to be here. I'm looking forward to getting to work, and especially with the Municipal Services Committee that myself and two other colleagues are involved with. Started doing some work already on for the spring of the year, when we want to start cleaning up our community and stuff, and brush cutting, everything that needs to be done. I know we've been going through a COVID thing for a long time, and stuff just happened to be the way they are. Is not bad, but it's bad enough that it needs to be cleaned up, and I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to engaging with the people of the community and helping us. We need your help, the people of the community. We need your help to help us clean up our community and make it a better place to wake up to every morning, in regards to the visual that when you're going to work and you're seeing the things that you're seeing. There's lots of improvements to be made, I'm sure. There's a lot of good things going on in this town. There's a lot of good organizations in this town that people are not aware of, and I'm hoping to expose some of them with my other hat, especially through mental health and addiction. There's a lot of programs on the go that again, people need to be aware of. There's a lot of help out there. So I'm looking forward to exposing that to a lot of people through the town and through other organizations that I'm involved with in the community, among other things. But that should do it for now. Thank you.
thank you, councillor Bennett. Councillor Duffy.
I think Daryl hit the nail on the head there. I'm just excited to be here and excited to work through everything. Right now in Protective Services, we're just kind of going over everything that we're picking up from where they left off, so we're just kind of getting some knowledge there. Other than that, I'm just excited to be here and happy to represent this town.
Thank you. Councillor Winters.
Yes, thanks for being here, and acknowledge that I think we have a great council to be moving forward. I know there was a lot of issues, a lot of current issues going on in town, but in saying that, after last night and seeing Aidan O'Keefe coming home and the welcome that he received, congratulations goes out to the Lake Melville Minor Hockey Association, Minor Soccer Association, and the town for giving him such a warm welcome home. And welcome home, Aidan.
Good, sir. Thank you, councillor Winters. Councillor Rumble.
Just echoing the sentiment of everybody else, very happy to be here. I was thinking about the provincial government's news release today about the municipalities' legislation, and I think something that they focused on, that they're striving for, is diversity, gender equality, having a wide variety of people from different backgrounds, and I think that we can be very proud as councillors of the town of Happy Valley-Goose Bay that we are well represented in Indigenous councillors, in female, male. So I think that we are a shining example of, I think, what other municipalities want, and we're going to work hard. We've got a great group of people that are going to put in a lot of work and engage with our community. So I'm just very happy to be here and echoing the sentiments of everybody else.
Good.
That's it.
Thank you, councillor Rumble. Councillor Rumfield.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone here to the 13th Council of the Town of Happy Valley-Goose Bay. I'd like to thank all the voters who voted for us. We're all new council, we're all learning. It's a learning curve for everyone, including myself. I'm looking at this now from a different perspective. I was on the staff before here, and now I'm on the council and looking at it from policy angles and learning new stuff and more research. And so I'm looking forward to the next 4 years, seeing where we can go with this and what we can do, good things for our town, and hopefully make it better for the next council coming on. And thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Brumfield. Deputy Mayor Wallace.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the entire community of Happy Valley-Goose Bay for coming together last night to celebrate the homecoming of our friend Aidan O'Keefe. Aidan has been in St. John's for the last 10 months undergoing treatment. Last night, he returned home to be surprised and greeted by the Lake Melville Extreme Minor Hockey Association, Lake Melville Soccer Club, friends, and families lining the streets to wave him home. The community came together to surprise Aidan at the Highway 500 turnoff into town, in front of the arena and neighboring streets to finally his best friends in his own driveway. Hundreds came out to wave, cheer, beat their vehicle horns, and wave their signs. It was a wonderful sight to witness. We welcome Aidan and his family home and are over the moon to see him return to our town. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so I have a couple of things. I had the pleasure of attending the Atlantic Mayor's Congress. I provided council with a bit of a report from that meeting. It's very interesting. It's a group of Atlantic Canadian mayors representing communities as large as Halifax and as small as, for instance, Pictou and these smaller places, Newfoundland, Labrador, PEI, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. The one thing that there's an opportunity for each of the mayors to give an update on what's going on in the community, and one of the common similarities between everybody is we're all facing very, very similar challenges. And going forward, whether it's retention, housing, waste management, so it's a great forum. I did have a conversation with a former mayor just to gauge his, to get some information from whether it was value added for attending, and from what he gave me, I was encouraged, but from what I actually saw was great. There's opportunities there for networking and also presentations that were given. One that struck me the most was a transit gentleman. He owns the, I guess, Maritime Bus or 3M Transit, and his passion and things like that about projects and smaller projects was great to hear. But some other opportunities, and there was also a presentation from a lady from Lawe, Mi'kmaq First Nation, and she gave a Truth and Reconciliation speech that I wish everybody could hear. Hopefully, when it gets uploaded to the Congress's website, that we'll share it through our site, because it was amazing. Excellent ideas and discussion for a community, and they'll be routed through committees coming up. One thing that was of interest is a website called Bang the Table. And I don't know if anybody's familiar with it, but it's a great way, and several communities use it to engage their own communities. So we mentioned about Bang the Gavel, but it's already gone by to a legal firm. But Bang the Table, I know the community of Torbay uses it very, very effectively, and it's way better than the Survey Monkeys and those types of sites. So that's something hopefully we'll be able to go. Just a couple of thank yous. Yeah, last night was amazing. To the organizers, you should be very proud. From my perspective and councillors, last night was a very shining event, and kind of set you back and makes me really proud to be mayor of this community, because it was nothing but stellar. If you don't watch the videos that are out there and shed a tear, there's just really something wrong. So it's glad to see Aidan home, and I was actually there last night. I took one of his friends down to it, and yeah, it was just utterly amazing, and thanks to the town staff and our fire protective services with Constable Baker and the fire department and the volunteers, EMS, the RCMP, and I think there was even a drone flying around. So that was amazing. I'd like to send congratulations out to TJ Gear for a couple of fronts. Firstly, because for placing so incredibly and representing not only our community but the country in his adventures at the Worlds, but as well for taking these 3 young kids to a challenge competition in Sydney, Nova Scotia. I think that's amazing. And also to the Mealy Mountain Hawks for their soccer and other sports that they represented our community in. As well, Councillor Rumble, which you already mentioned about the legislation, that's welcome news, because hopefully it'll set in rules that we have to follow. And I think the community, our council, is going to be charged with other councils the same way in terms of having to create a code of conduct. So rules that we can all work by and liaise with, which is great. Just two last things. The transit report is the Zoom call, and just to remind folks to register with the town for that on Thursday. I think it's going to be very interesting, and hoping to get some positive news moving forward. And the last thing, yeah, we are engaged in doing some community discussions, and look forward to a session on Monday and a future session for the McLean Street Playground. So we gauge the interest and the involvement, and we gather the involvement of our community. Do you have anything to say, Town Manager? Anybody else have anything else to bring to the meeting before I proceed to close? All right. Well, that being said, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved by Councillor Bennett. No requirement for a seconder, so thank you very much.